this in total. It'll be 6 years in just a couple weeks here. 6-year anniversary coming up. Run this business out of the house. Always have. This is the third different place that we've run this business out of our house. Monday mornings I go live. I ship out my orders from the weekend. In total this weekend we had 32 orders going out the door, and we'll ship 20 of those this morning. I already shipped 12 of those orders back on Saturday. So I'll take you along for the ride. One benefit of this live is you get to see exactly what's selling right now on eBay and Poshmark in the middle of June, which is typically summer slowdown. We are not having any kind of summer slowdown over here. We are having the busiest month of the year, and we are cranking. So welcome aboard. Thanks for being here. If you're just jumping into if you're here in the live, let me know. Say hello. Brienne, good morning. What's up? Andrew Big Cat's in the house. If you are watching this on the recording, remember all these lives are available on recording. As soon as this is over, you can rewatch it on Facebook and YouTube if you're into that sort of thing, whether you're watching it live or whether you're watching the recording. I appreciate you. If you are watching the recording, write SHIP, S-H-I-P, down below in the chat. We got ship to do. Let's get cranking. You're the boss here for just a couple of seconds. You're in charge. What do we got to ship first? Is it going to be eBay or is it going to be Poshmark? Let me know, and we'll get to cranking. Just drop it down below in the chat, right? eBay or Poshmark. Brianna, the boys, this is my best month yet. I love to hear that. Mariana, that's awesome. Congrats on your best month ever. Ethan Blair is in the house. What's up, Ethan? How are you? Haven't seen you in a little bit. Hope you're well. Let me know eBay or Posh down below in the chat. You're the boss just for a minute. Don't worry, we got some coffee. We got some iced Peak Blend, the medium roast right here. We got eBay orders, Poshmark orders, Mercari orders, and coffee orders. We got the full thing. Missy, you're the boss. Missy says eBay. We'll get to work. 13 of these 20 orders are on eBay. So a heavy eBay weekend, a slower Poshmark weekend, that's for sure. I only got 4 Poshmark orders, which is 5 Poshmark orders, which is below average for sure for Poshmark. What's up, Kate? How are you? Kate says eBay stuff shipped and my stuff listed. I like it, Andrew Big Cat. Whatever works for you. I'm glad this does. All right, let's dig right in. And remember, if you have any questions, it's a great place to ask questions about shipping or about what's selling or whatever. Ask those questions. If I don't know the answer, there's probably some smart reseller in the chat who knows the answer to that question. Let's get cooking. So eBay first. We're going to start top or bottom. Let's start with bottom. So we'll kick this thing off brand new with tags. Gosh, we're going to start off with like 3 in a row brand new with tags, but I promise you there's a lot of thrifted used items in these sales. So here's G4. You've seen I've been selling a lot of these. MSRP is $120 here. And this sold for full asking price, $59. So the buyer got a great deal on a $120 shirt. I got to print out these labels. That'll help. And as always, I want to hear about your sale. What was your favorite, or your sales? What was your favorite sale of the weekend? It doesn't have to be your most profitable, but what's the one that you're most excited about? If you're out garage sailing, thrifting, I love hearing about your finds too. And of course, I love answering questions. So this first one is going out to Christopher. Nice name. This is going to Mapleton, Utah. Gonna go in a 9x12 poly bag. It's going USPS first class. The shipping label here was $4.55. Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate you. Happy Monday to you, Kate. My husband said Peter Millar owns G4. That is correct. They bought them in 2018. I just recently learned that maybe like 3 weeks ago. The reason that I figured it out is because if you look on the new ones, if you look on the style number, I'm like, wow, the style number is really similar between Peter Millar and G4. I'm like, it's like the same kind of numbering system. So I Googled it, and sure enough, Peter Millar bought G4. 2018. Your husband knows his stuff. Yep, I'm with you, Marianne. Thank you, Christopher. Where's my shipping bin? There we go. First one out the door. We got 12 more eBay. We got 19 more total orders. This is going out to Fran, another brand new with tags, back to back, G4 and Peter Millar. Your husband's right with it, Marianne. $110 MSRP on this. This sold for a best offer, $66.60. So the buyer's getting a great price on this. This is a Peter Millar Crown Crafted is the model here, which is a higher end Peter Millar. $66.60 plus the buyer's paying for shipping on this. Shipping label here cost me $4.28. Thanks, Fran. This is only going down to Atlanta, Georgia, like 3.5 hours away. We're kind of tucked in the corner here down in like southwest North Carolina. So we're really close to Tennessee. We're really close to, about an hour from Virginia, maybe an hour and a half. Really close to South Carolina, like 30 minutes from South Carolina. We're actually not far from Georgia down in this little corner either. So, hey, Kathy, how are you? Appreciate all your support. Thanks for all your comments and likes and all that stuff. Appreciate it. Drake shirt, personally loving the fishing stuff. Him and Drake taking over the PSG Columbia. Andrew, I don't know if I'm picking up what you're putting down. Him and Drake. You're talking about the brand Drake? Yeah, that's a good reselling brand, very similar to PFG. I don't know if I'm picking up the rest of what you're putting down. I'm sure it's funny. I'm just not getting it. I'm sure it is. Another brand new with tags golf polo. I promise there's a whole bunch of thrifted used stuff coming right after this. Holderness and Bourne, one of my favorite golf brands to pick up. I'll give you a zoom in on that one. This one sold for best offer $62.10. The MSRP on this is $110. So buyer got a great deal on this. This is going to Will. Thanks, Will. Good stuff. Good stuff. All those shoes look new. These are all new shoes. There are some used ones on the bottom too, but most of them are brand new shoes. We sold one. We got one pair that will ship out today of new shoes. Thanks, Will. Appreciate your bud. Nice Holderness and Bourne. You're going to shoot a good round of golf, Will, with this fresh shirt on. These Holderness are real fast sellers for me. Will is in Bessemer, Alabama. I don't know where that is. Never heard of it. Him and not him. Huck. I like Huck too. I don't think I have any Huck sales this weekend. I do have some Huck in inventory. Hook. I guess Hook is how you pronounce it. I don't know. Hook, Huck. All right, next up, I told you we got some thrifted stuff. I paid $5 for this Southern Tide. This is a Southern Tide Intercoastal, so this is a better model of Southern Tide, one to look out for. This is like nylon spandex right there, Intercoastal. People look out for these ones. This one sold on a best offer for $20 plus shipping. They typically sell for a little bit more than that for me, but happy to move it fast for $20. This is only listed for just a couple of weeks. This is going to go out to Brentwood, Tennessee, right down the street. $4.31 to ship this from Asheville, North Carolina to Brentwood. Thank you, Stephen. I'm going to move right through these orders nice and fast. You can slow me down and ask me some questions. You can talk about what's going on with your biz, good, bad, or otherwise. I love to hear about it. And if you haven't tapped that like button, that helps me out. If you haven't said hello, that helps me out too. And if you haven't followed or subscribed, I'd appreciate that too. Love to have you on board. All right. So Steven is getting this one. Steven is in Brentwood. We already said that. Thanks, Steven. All right. Next up, back to brand new with tags. And then we got a whole bunch of used stuff after this. Brand new women's G4 right here. Here's the logo. I don't buy and sell a lot of women's or women's G4. Nice pattern on this one. Brand new, still in the plastic. This one sold for best offer of $50. Shipping label is going to be $4.43. Buyer paid for shipping on this. Going to Jacqueline. Thank you, Jacqueline. Jacqueline's in Suffern, New York. Suffern. I don't know why that sounds upstate to me. Never bought Southern Tide at the thrift. I see them at TJ Maxx often. Yeah, I don't buy a ton of them at TJ Maxx. They usually have them priced up for some reason. I do pick them up at the thrift store, though. Hey, Julie, how are you? Hey, Trisha. Thanks, everyone, for popping in. Good to have you. Happy Monday. Hope your weekend was good. All right, next up is Thomas. Got a Travis Matthew. Boy, really seeing the price come down on these Travis Matthews. I just lowered all the prices on all my Travis Matthews because they weren't moving. This one sold for full asking price, $19 after I marked it down. This is a good size too, size 2XL. Got a little stripy pattern on it, which is usually a pretty good seller for me when it's got some stripes and whatever. Anyhow, 19 bucks on this one. Prices come down. They'll still sell. This is going to Thomas in Raleigh, North Carolina, the capital. About 4 hours away from us. Thanks, Thomas. Nice little Travis Matthew. Nice bright and bold golf shirt for you. You won't get lost on the golf course with this one. Never bought Southern Time. Is Vineyard Biden still worthwhile? Agreed on TM. I still pick them up. You know, it just comes down to everybody's business model is a little different, right? Depends on what price you're paying for them, how quick of a sell-through rate you're looking for, and what kind of profit number you're looking for. But I still pick up Vineyard Vines. All right, that one's out the door. I got a cool pair of shorts right here. There you go. I swear I pulled this order. I don't know where those shorts went. We'll find them. I'll skip that one for now. Sold a pair of cool shorts. I don't know where those are. Oh, here they are. They made it into my Poshmark pile. There's that logo. You can just barely see it. Cool pair of shorts, women's size, 4 on these. Sold for a best offer of $25. Buyer came in with an opening offer of 20 bucks. I had them listed at 29. They came in at 20 bucks. I countered at 25. They took 25, which is a good price for cool. I think a fair price. Everybody wins. These are going out to Jackie. Thanks, Jackie. I have used Travis. They aren't selling well for me. Listed 2 to 3 months. Might consider lowering that price if you haven't already. The price has really come down on the Travis Matthews this year. Last year, they would sell between $22 and $25, and this year they're not selling that much. They're not selling for me at that price point. So I dropped it down to 19, and that one I just dropped it down about a week ago, and that one sold pretty quick. So Columbia PFG, I picked these up in the summertime, spring and summer. I call this an in-season special. This one is an Omni Wick. Let's see. Sold for $15.30 plus buyer paid for shipping on this one. So not a huge profit item. I paid $5, sold it for $15.30. But this time of year, quick seller on these things. If you price them aggressively, you can fill up your cart, make a couple extra bucks for not a lot of work. That's the way I look at these things. I already spent all that time, all the gas, driving to the thrift store. If I know I can pick up an in-season special like this and just fill up the cart, get it listed and sell it pretty quick and make a lower profit, I'll still do it. Why not? I've already invested most of the time by driving to the store. I've already paid for the gas. I've already marched around the store looking for stuff. Why not just sell it and make a few bucks? So this is going out to Patrick. Patrick is in Nevada, California. Offer tacos with Trish, but like I normally do, and I've got a busy week ahead, so you can take some time off my birthday next. That's awesome. Happy early birthday, Trisha. Happy early B-Day. I'm having cash flow issues because of my new goal of 15 listings a day. Went to the bins for the first time last week to lower my buy cost. Do you lower your sell-through rate standards when at the bins? Footballogy, I don't really go to the bins very often. It's probably been 6-7 months since the last time I walked into the bin store. For me, the bins is about 30 to 35 minutes away from me, and it's not very good. So, and it's kind of out of the way. Like it's not on the way to or from really anything for me that other places I hit. So for me, it's just not part of my normal routine, but it's not a bad idea. I like to think about things as like an average buy cost. So if you can buy stuff at the bins for, $1 a piece or something, that's going to help bring your buy cost down for sure. Pair of Columbia. This is a nylon wicking hiking pant with the belt on it too. So these are the Omni shades. Good seller for me. These sell even better if they're the convertibles where the legs ship off. I bought 2 of these at the thrift store, $5 a piece. Both the same size, 44 by 30. So I just did one. They were the same color and everything, same model. So I just did quantity 2 on the listing. So I paid $10 total for 2 of these. One listing, 1 round of photos, 1 round of measurements. This one sold for $19. The other one already sold like a week or so ago. I forget how much it sold for. So for me, that's easy money. These Columbia pants, always a good seller. Even better on the convertibles. This is going to Monticello, Kentucky, to Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy. I think Jeremy started his first bid at like 14 bucks or 15 bucks. He was a diligent negotiator. I think I had him priced at 21. He started at 15. I countered at 19. He came up to 16. I countered at 19. He came up to 17. I countered at 19. He came up to 18. I declined. And then he gave me an offer at 19 like I wanted. Sold. Thanks, Jeremy. Good negotiator. Peter Millar, brand new with tags. This is another Crown Crafted. This is a size 2XL. Very similar shirt to the last Peter Millar that we sold. A little bit of a different stripy pattern, really similar color. This one sold for best offer $70. MSRP's on it $110. So buyers getting a good deal on this Peter Millar, and I'm making some profit, which I like. $70. This is going to Brian, and buyer paid shipping on this too. Shipping label is $5.15. Thanks, Brian. Bins buying is part of my routine. Definitely helps keep my buy costs down. I will choose things at bins that I wouldn't at the regular thrift. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. If you can find like Columbia for like $1 at the bins, that's great. Because then you can like quickly flip that stuff for $15 and still make you some money, especially this time of year. On eBay, when you have a listing that's about to renew automatically, do you just let it renew or end and sell similar? Or end and relist. So I would never do the end and relist. If I was going to go in there and manually do a sell similar, I would do a sell similar, not an end and relist it. Because if you do the end and relist, it's not creating a new listing. When you do the end and relist, it keeps the same item number and the same URL. So it's not a new listing. So it's not going to get like that. It's not going to get pushed up by eBay higher in the search as a new listing. New listings, right, are going to get a little bit of a boost in the search because it's a new listing. It hasn't had a chance to sell yet. So the eBay's got to give it a chance to sell. If you just do end and relist, it doesn't get that boost because it doesn't get a new item number or a new URL. But if you do end and sell similar, yes, it'll get that boost. So if you're going to go that way, I would do the sell similar for sure. Good morning, Ben. What's up, Tej? I didn't realize Columbia was a good seller. Eve, like anything, I encourage everybody to look beyond the brand. It's a formula when you're thinking about what to buy. Brand is part of the formula, but you're also looking at brand, size, material, pattern, buy cost, and what season is it, right? So that Columbia PFG was a size XL. It's in season, a nice short sleeve shirt. It's the Omni Wick. It had a nice little check pattern on it. So I picked it up. But does that mean I pick up all Columbia? No, you got to look at the whole formula. I remember the brand is 1/5 of that whole formula. So think about the whole thing and make good decisions. What's up, Barry D? You got to hit the volume up button. Volume up, brother, if you're having a hard time hearing the sound. It's on the side of your phone on the left-hand side. Just go, and you can then you can hear, brother. What's up, Thrift Chica? Tej is in the house. 4XL or more on PFG is automatic. There you go. You heard it from Andrew, the big cat himself. We got a blazer going. I got to finish this one. We got a blazer going out the door. Speaking of brands that I don't pick up, coming up next, this is going to Brian in Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin. Menomonee Falls. All right, out the door, blazer. I'll show you this one. So don't go, remember the formula. Don't go out, run out of here and buy every Joseph A. Banks that you see. Look at the pattern on this thing. So the brand is Joseph A. Banks. That's part of the formula. The size is a 44R, which is an okay size, but not a great size. This is wool, silk, and linen blend. So the material is huge on this piece. That's why I picked it up. And the pattern, really nice, modern pattern that people are looking for, really attractive. So I pass on 99.99% of Joseph A. Banks, but this one is linen, wool, silk blend in an awesome pattern, and it's an okay size too. So I went ahead and picked this one up. I paid $7 at the thrift store. This sold for $29 on a best offer. So 29 bucks, 7 into 29. The buyer paid $9.95 shipping on this piece. So it's the whole formula, not just the brand. This is going to go in a 14 by 20 poly bag. I don't buy Joseph A. Banks. Look beyond the brand. Isn't that what we're talking about, Kathy? Don't make blanket decisions about brands. You gotta look beyond the brand, Kathy. Come on now. What's up, Sophia? Appreciate you being so positive, coming in here with the compliments. How about it? So this is going out to Jason in, I don't even know how to say that town name, but it's in Louisiana. That I can say. So best offer, $29 on this. I paid $7, going to Jason. We got 2 more eBay orders, and we'll switch over to Posh. Let me know down below. Do you also sell on Posh too? Who are my Posh sellers? Let me know. Write Posh down below in the chat. I think I first started selling on Posh in 2020. I think it was my first year selling on Poshmark. Love that platform. This is going on in a 14 by 19 poly mailer. I use these for blazers. I use these for like big jackets. I put new in box shoes. I slide them into these bags sometimes too if they fit. Sometimes that saves money on shipping. Shipping label on this is $7.16. Buyer paid $9.95 shipping on this. New here. What is this? Hi, Diane. Run a business out of my house where I buy and sell clothing and shoes and sell them online. Buy and sell. Buy clothing and shoes and sell them online for a profit. Been running this business for, it'll be 6 years in a couple of weeks. And I've been full-time with it for the last 3.5 years. So welcome aboard. Let me know if you have any questions or if you're interested in running a business out of your house. I quit that full-time job 3.5 years ago. Did that take 15 years to sell? No, this took about 3 weeks to sell the Joseph A. Banks. Linen, silk, wool blend is, with the nice pattern there is the key, Berry D. $7 to $29 plus shipping. Berry D. All right. Wrangler Western Pearl Snap, men's size large. You see the pearl snaps, nice plaid pattern on this. Sold for $18 plus buyer paid shipping. So 18 bucks on eBay. And Diane, we're going through orders from the weekend. We had 32 total orders. I'm shipping 20 of those right now today. I already shipped 12 of them on Saturday. So let me know if you have any questions. If this sort of thing interests you, let me know. We go to thrift stores, we go to retail stores, and their clearance sections. We go to garage sales, estate sales, that sort of thing. Let's see. This is going to Shane. Hi, Trisha. eBay only right now, but I think Depop is going to be my next platform. I used to sell on Depop. It ended up being about 5% of my sales every month. I sold on Depop for a couple of years. I stopped selling on Depop about a year ago. Just had to make some decisions about what was worth my time and what wasn't. That was when I was starting Whatnot. That's when I launched the coffee business. You can check out the coffee business. If you like coffee, you deserve some good coffee. Check it out at chris@peak.com. I was launching all that stuff, and just being on Depop and Grailed and all these other platforms that weren't really making me a lot of money just became kind of unwieldy, a little distracting. So I dropped Depop, Grailed, and Mercari at that point in time. And Facebook I dropped too. All right. Our last sale on eBay before we switch over to Poshmark. Poshmark is next. Brooks Brothers. People tell me all the time, Brooks Brothers don't sell. Well, this one did. Best offer, $17.10 on this one. Brooks Brothers. This is even the 346, which is their factory store line. I find that the shirts, the factory store 346 and the regular ones, they sell for the same price for me and have for years. What I do look for is bigger sizes. This one's a size large. I look for nice modern patterns like this one, and it really helps if it's got that golden fleece logo on the chest right there. So $17.10. Buyer paid $5.95 shipping. I paid $5 for this at a thrift store. Easy money. Do you use a cross-posting app? I do. What's up, Knight? Is that really Knight? That's awesome, dude. What's up, man? Welcome in. Good night, I guess. That's awesome. I haven't talked to you in a bit, Knight. I hope you're doing well. Sending positive vibes. You still with that same retail outfit up there? Doing all their IT? I won't name it. Some people don't like talking publicly about their jobs. I bring you right into the office here, but some people don't like that. You still with that same outfit? Freaking Knight is in the room. I can't believe it. All right. This is going out to Matthew. Thanks, Matthew. Matthew's in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is going 2 hours down the street. Shipping label cost something. I don't know what that one cost. Probably like $4.35. Let's switch over. Let's do some Poshmark sales, eh? We do have one Mercari sale too, and we got a coffee sale. I don't do Whatnot yet. Nice. How do you get the buyers? When you list on eBay and Poshmark, people go onto those platforms and they search for items. So they'll search for, that last one was Brooks Brothers. They'll search for Brooks Brothers size large, and all the people who have Brooks Brothers size large will show up in the search results, and they see the pattern and the price that they like, and they purchase from you. So I list on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, and that's how the buyers kind of find me. Kathy, thanks for popping in. Appreciate you being here. Kim's doing great. She just started work. She's in the other room in her office getting things done. Hanging in, bro. Yes. 17 years. That's amazing. 17 years at one company. You just don't see that anymore. That's cool, man. Hope you're well. Appreciate you popping in, even if it's just for a few minutes to say hello. Always good seeing old friends in here. Next up, it's been a long time since I've been back up in the hood, so to speak, back up in New Hampshire. Let's do a Mercari order real quick, just since it's in my hand. We'll get this one out of the way. Another Holderness and Bourne. Great pattern right here. Look at all over palm trees. It's like a palm tree in the sun. Love this brand, Holderness and Bourne, one of my favorite ones. Brand new with tags. Retail on this is $110. This sold on Mercari for a price $53.10 on a best offer on this one over on Mercari. And remember, Mercari doesn't charge fees to the seller. They charge the fees to the buyer. So the buyer paid for fees on this. So I actually get $53.10 right into my bank account. And the buyer even paid for shipping on this thing too. So I got $53.10. It's mine. The whole bit of it. This is going out to Patrick. Thank you, Patrick. That's our one Mercari order. Get that out of the way. I think we have a 25-year reunion this year. I've never been to one. I went to the 20-year reunion. Well, I guess that was about 5 years ago now, based on your message. It was just a reason to get back up there. And actually, that was the last time I set foot in New Hampshire. That was 2018. Does that sound right? No, 2019. That was the last time I was up there. I was in Worcester for a wake, like, what was that, a month ago, 5 weeks ago? But I mean, I had boots on the ground in Mass for like 48 hours, in and out. But I didn't get a chance to get up to New Hampshire or get a chance to see anybody except for the folks that went to the wake. I would have loved to take some time. It just wasn't the right timing for that. All right, let's get on to some Poshmark. But that's interesting to hear about the reunion. How do I find out more about that? I would go, I think. I would go. Pendleton board shirt, one of my favorite items to buy and sell. This is like creme de la creme of Pendleton. It's 100% wool, and see that model right there? It says original board shirt. This sold on Poshmark for full asking price, $118 for this. Don't run out and pick up every single Pendleton you see, but if it has wool, there's probably resale value. If you can find the board shirt, that's just such a money pickup right there. $118 sale on this one. This is going Poshmark. Let's see. Fit in one of these. I'm going to put it in one of these padded flat rate envelopes. A little extra protection here. Remember, with Poshmark sales, you can use any USPS priority branded packaging, including flat rate packaging. Not everybody knows that. All right, this one's going to Jose. Jose's got him a brand new board short shirt coming. In the middle of the summer, we're going to get 100% wool flannel. It's kind of like a heavy piece, too. We don't trust government adhesive. Little extra tape here. Knight, if you have any info about that, or if you can point me in the direction of where I can find info about the reunion. Is that really? Yeah, it's 25 years this year. Oh my gosh, getting old. Tell her I said hello when you're done. I think she's on the phone, but I'll tell her. I'd yell it to her. I hear her on the phone though. That's how I get in trouble. Thank you, Jose. Where's Jose at? Westminster, California. It's a nice fall piece right there going out in the middle of the summer. All right, next up is, what do we got? Mountain Hardwear shorts, men's size 36 on these. You're not going to be able to see them. They're all bagged up. Pair of like hiking cargo shorts. Sold for a best offer $18. Kind of on the low side for that, but picked it up for $5, $18. Get it out the door. It's in season. People are looking for shorts. Mountain Hardwear is going to David. Thanks, David. This is going to Columbia, Missouri. Very nice. 10 years. I buy and sell on eBay. eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, yes. And I run a coffee business out of the house too. We have 3 different roasts of coffee. This is our peak blend, the OG. This is a medium roast. We also have a Black Mountain dark roast. And we have the peak season, which is a seasonal light roast, which right now we just launched the summer light roast a couple weeks ago. It's all roasted fresh every Thursday. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to chris@peak.com. You can see it right down there. There's also a link down below or up above, depending on what platform you're watching on. Remember, we are streaming on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, whatever your choice is. And thanks for the follow if you haven't followed or subscribed. We'd love to have you on board. Try to be as transparent as possible about this little business here. Next up is a Southern Tide, brand new with tags. I don't pick up a ton of these retail arbitrage, but I picked this one up. Really nice pattern. This is an intercoastal also. MSRP on this is $120 MSRP. So brand new, still in the plastic here from the factory. Sold for $53 on a best offer on Poshmark. On Poshmark, the buyer pays for the shipping. So shipping was $7.99 or $7.98. I forget which it is. This one's going out to Alicia. Thanks, Alicia. Nice, pretty little shirt here. Nice summertime short sleeve. Where do you get your stuff from to resell? I'm very interested. Thrifts, Diane, thanks for the questions. I appreciate it. Thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, clearance sections at retail stores. Did I miss anything? Thrift stores, yeah. Facebook Marketplace, you can find stuff for cheap sometimes and flip it. Will you wear your shoes on the wrong feet and show the camera? No, I will not. Good question, though. All questions are good questions. That one's borderline. Just listed 55 CDs to eBay. Nice work, Trisha. Hustling. Another one of these Holderness and Bourne. This is actually the same exact shirt that I just showed you. Same size, same pattern. One sold on Mercari. This one sold on Poshmark. Size medium. One of my favorite golf brands. This is going to Sam. Thank you, Sam. It's a beautiful day here in Asheville. It's been hot the last, I'd say, 3-4 days, like really hot, but today is really breezy out there, so just very comfortable. I'm sure it'll get hot in the afternoon, but that's the one thing about mountain life is even on these hot days, in the summer, we still get like cool evenings most of the time. Still have to throw on like a hoodie or a flannel in the evening, which is a very welcome thing in the middle of the summer. Thank you, Sam. This is going to Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. It's beautiful here too. Got to jump in the pool as soon as I'm done cross-listing all these new listings. Nice. That's awesome. Enjoy the pool. What's up, Thrifty Duckies? Jen is in the house. My friend from Crawford in the house. Appreciate you being here. Hope things are well out there. Hopefully you got some nice cool mountain air going on out there. Is that everything? That's almost everything. Brand new pair of New Balance shoes here. I'll show them to you. This is the 680s. Brand new fresh foam 680s. Women's, nice colorway on these. These sold on Poshmark for $70. Just got to use an old shopping bag as void fill. This is going to St. Augustine, Florida. Not far from you, Trisha. You already knew that. Out the door. Going to somebody's office. Kind of been cold and wet for a few days, but back to dry and hot. There you go. 'Tis the season. Are you in drought conditions right now? It's still a little bit earlier for that, but sometimes you get into that drought stuff in Colorado this early. But if you haven't, it's probably coming soon, right? July. What's up? Bold South Flips is in the house. What's up, my brother? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in. We got, I think this is the last order. We'll check eBay and Poshmark real quick first. I'm excited about this order. This is a 3-pack of coffee going out to my friends at Photo Room. Thanks, Justin and team. He's got a peak combo pack, so one of each, the light roast, the dark roast that you can see here, the Black Mountain Dark Roast Peak Season, which is right now our summer seasonal coffee right there, and of course the original Peak Blend. So got the 3-pack going out to my friends at Photo Room. They're headquartered out in France, so that's kind of cool too. I don't send too many orders out to France, but just love shipping out stuff to my friends who support me. It really means a lot to me. Thank you, Justin and team, for getting some coffee. We're gonna throw some stickers in there, some Chris at Peak stickers in there for the team too. Just seeing you put your sticker on there. So how do you do that? What do you use to make the sticker for shipping? So I have you can check in the links if you go to like chris@peak.com or you click above or down below. You're on Facebook, so I think the link is down below. You can go to my website and you can go to my Amazon reseller shopping list. So all the tools that I use for my business, right down to boxes, to bags, to tape dispensers are all linked there. Also my IDPRT SP410 printer, which is a thermal printer, usually retails for around $100 on Amazon. You can find the link down there in the Amazon reseller shopping list. And I've had this printer now since 2021. I've had this printer right about this time too. I think I got it in like June or May. So I've had it for 3 years. It's a beast. And then you just use 4x6 thermal labels. The labels cost me just about 2.5 cents a piece. Saves a bunch of time. And since it's thermal, the printer doesn't use any ink whatsoever. So you never have to buy ink. All you're buying is the 2.5 cent labels. Great question. You don't need to use one of those printers. You can just use a regular inkjet printer. But when you start doing volume, using the inkjet, you end up using a ton of ink and just ripping through ink, and ink is expensive. We're going to throw a couple of Chris at Peak stickers in for my friends at Photo Room. If you haven't checked out Photo Room, search your app store for Photo Room. You can download a free version of Photo Room, and it's a great way to make your listing photos look a little bit more professional. It's also how I make all my posts for Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, those posts about sales and negotiations and all that stuff. I use Photo Room to do that editing. It's super easy. You don't have to be like a photo expert. It's like the idea of Photo Room. It's like having Photoshop, only you don't have to take a class to figure out how to use it. It's really super and intuitive, especially if you spend a little bit of time with it. I use it to get the white background on all my photos. So a nice, clear, clean, crisp white background. I've been using Photo Room for years. If you haven't checked it out, it's Photo Room, all one word, Photo Room. And you can download that in your app store. It's both Android and iOS. Big thanks. This order is going out to Photo Room, Justin and the crew. Some coffee. If you want to check out some of the coffee and learn more about it, you can go to chris@peak.com. If you order some coffee during the live, we'll ship it out right here during the live. I got to print out a shipping label for this. I haven't done it yet. So you still got a few minutes while I wrestle with my pirate ship. I got to do a simple export rate label for this. 2 pounds, 11 ounces. All right. Hopefully they sent me their address here. And if you invest in the pro version, it's a business write-off. That is correct. Trisha loves Photo Room too. Yeah, normally July brings drought. Last year when we were there in June for bluegrass, which, gosh, was bluegrass this past weekend? It must have been this past weekend. When we were there, I mean, there was so much snow. It rained a ton. It stormed like crazy. And it was the greenest that I'd ever seen. It was the greenest I'd ever seen Colorado in the middle of June. It usually starts to like brown out a little bit. Listed 5 things today so far. Haven't listed in forever. Nice job, Brian. I've been taking a break from Whatnot. Yes, Bold North. That is correct. I have. What about you? I don't think I've seen you on there. I don't think I've seen you on there. All right. Where do I have the address? Oh, I think it's in my email. Let me know if you have any questions. If I can be helpful. Diane's got some great questions today. Appreciate that. That's my fave. If you have questions about coffee, happy to answer those questions too. Love the coffee business. We're getting this coffee shipped out to France. Do you like selling and Whatnot? Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of fun. It definitely takes some It has its own unique challenges and its own unique benefits, right? It's live shipping, so it's live shopping, so there's a little bit of like a performance to the whole thing. You have to entertain people. You have to keep it, sort of fast paced and moving along, so you can get people in. There's giveaways. There's also, there's different. It's different. There's a lot more to kind of figure out. Um, I think it's tough when you're first getting started to try to do something like Whatnot, but once you get some other things dialed, you're really good with the shipping and sourcing and all that stuff. And then if you can, you know, if you feel like you have some kind of stage presence or whatever, I think that really helps when you're thinking about Whatnot too. It is a fun little beast, but it is a beast. You got to figure it out. All right, we're going to get this shipped out here. Got to fill out the customs form here. 44.97. 2 pounds, 13 ounces. I got to get the harmonization number because it's going to France. One more question. Do you ship from your home or do you have to take it to the post office, UPS, FedEx? Most of what I'm shipping, so everything that I'm shipping today is going USPS. So USPS will pick up for free right at your home or your office. So I'm going to put all this stuff out on the front patio, and my driver will come around. Usually on Monday, she's on the later end because they're off on Sunday. So they got more stuff to ship and more stuff to pick up on Mondays. So she'll be here probably around between 4 and 5 on Mondays is usually when she comes. The rest of the week she comes more at like 3 to 3:30. So yeah, if it's UPS or FedEx, I gotta go drop it off at either a UPS or FedEx drop off location, or I can go like right to like the UPS store. You can Google like UPS drop off locations and you can find them. They're usually like Walgreens and CVS and places like that. Oh, hit the wrong button. That's so weird. Not decaf. My options for the coffee on the on this site to get my harmonization code, the options are not decaffeinated or decaffeinated. You're like, isn't that like a double negative? That's kind of strange. So these are not decaffeinated, which is strange. Cool. So there's my number. All right, I think we're good now. I love eBay international shipping. Sold a sweater in summer to Peru or somewhere nice. Gotta love that. Yeah, I had to stop doing Whatnot. It wasn't worth the amount of work I was putting into it. I think others were facing the same challenge. Crowds, like the number of being is too, like, why did I used to have 120 people on average in my Whatnot lives, and why like all of a sudden do I have 50 or 60? Literally like half the crowd that I used to have. I'm like, I'm running the same shows with the same items at the same time on the same day of the week, and all of a sudden I got half the people in there that I used to have. So I started doing some digging around and kind of figured out that they made some changes in the platform and the way they dish out notifications when you go live changed. So people who are regular buyers from me, who had bought stuff from me for months on there, people in some cases who had spent more than $1,000 on stuff from me, they weren't getting notifications when I'd go live in the app, which is kind of crazy to me. You know, you earn these customers on a platform and they're excited to come and spend their money, and then the platform stops giving out notifications to those people. So I'd have people come on and they'd be like, hey, I haven't seen you on here in like a month. And I'd be like, this month I've done 8 lives. I've done 8 Whatnot live streams, and you haven't gotten any of the notifications. They're like, no, we just thought you were taking a break or something. So that was kind of really frustrating for me to go through that experience of building up a crowd, building up buyers, and then all of a sudden, those people just weren't getting notifications. It was challenging. Had to make a quick pivot. We put a lot of time and energy into building up Whatnot as a business strategy for us since July through really our last live was March the 30th. So that's July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. That's 9 months, that we had invested of time into building up a following on there and buyers, and people would come back for more and more. And then we had that cut in half all of a sudden. And the economics of it just didn't make sense at that point for us. Could we have built it back up? Sure. But it's man, we just climbed this hill and now we have to now we're back down at the bottom of the hill and we have to climb back up this hill again. And we just made a decision that, financially, I couldn't afford to climb that hill again. I needed to go and pivot back to what's been working for me for years, which is selling on eBay and Poshmark. And that's what's up. And it's been really good for that pivot's been really good for our business. But that was a real challenge for us when that happened, because it was just we had bet a lot on consignment and bet a lot on Whatnot, and it was working for us for a long time, and then it wasn't. So it's really challenging. But businesses have to pivot. We had to make the tough decision, and we did. And we're in a much better place now than we were in, say, March into April was really a challenging time for this business for sure. It was tough. Hey, Abby, what's up? Is it challenging to keep track of items that are sold on Whatnot? Like what items are being shipped to who? Yes and no, but we do little, see if I can find one for you. There's ways to make something challenging less challenging. Here's how we do it. So all of our items would be on hangers, and each of those hangers would have a unique number like this. So when somebody bought number 58 and we're doing our shipping, we just grab this hanger, take it off the hanger. It's number 58, and we'd ship it to that person. So you just have to find a system that works for you. That's what worked for us. There's different ways of doing that. Anyway, this coffee's going out to France, roasted fresh every Thursday in Black Mountain, North Carolina. A little taste of Western North Carolina, a little taste of the mountains going out to my friend Justin and the rest of the team over at Photo Room. We love those people. Been big fans of Photo Room now for the past 4 years. And now they get some coffee coming their way. That's all our shipping for today. Happy to address anybody who's got some questions, or if you want to share what's going on with your business. I love hearing what's going on with that. So I'll hang out for another minute or so. If people want to keep the conversation going, we'll keep it. On my way to the doctor for an x-ray of my hip. Oh, that doesn't sound like a ton of fun, Abby. Hope the x-ray is good. I hope it finds good stuff going on with your hip, or finds the issue and you can get the issue fixed. That's a bummer. The doctor's no fun. Eve, yes, I was getting the notifications for Whatnot. Suddenly they completely stop. I haven't shopped on Whatnot since. Bummer. Yeah, that's interesting. And again, I don't work for Whatnot. I don't know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. All I can do is share with you my experience on the platform, where my audience cut in half, literally overnight. And we tried a lot of things to get that audience back to. We tried some paid promotion stuff. They want you to pay for people to get the notifications. We tried some of that. We did a whole bunch of giveaway stuff, to try to filter. When you do giveaways, it draws people into the lives. We tried all that stuff, and some of it worked and some of it didn't work, and some of it worked better than some other stuff. But at the end of the day, it just became challenging with our business model to make it work. Again, we were doing a lot of consignment on Whatnot, and for us to consign, we get a piece of the profit. The person who consigned with us, our consignees, they get a piece of the profit. And then when we had half of the audience that we used to have, that meant the sales prices dropped, right? In a live auction environment, the more buyers or potential buyers that you have in the room, generally speaking, the higher prices that you're going to get. And when we cut our audience in half, and a lot of our regular buyers weren't getting notifications, the people who bid on items, it just became the finances just didn't make sense. We were doing a show, putting a lot of time and energy into it, and not really walking away with a lot of money. And we also felt a responsibility to our consignees, who weren't making as much money as they used to make either. And we had to make a decision. Like, we didn't want to ruin those relationships with consignees by getting them less money than what they used to get for their stuff. So we had to make a quick decision, and just was like, well, we're not going to do Whatnot this week. And then the next week I was like, I'm still not going to do Whatnot this week. And, just kind of was like, yeah, I guess I'm not going to do Whatnot for a while, and we'll see what happens. Platforms rise and fall, things change. Maybe they sort out that notifications thing. I still love the platform. I still buy stuff on Whatnot. I just bought something on Friday or Saturday. I just bought something on Whatnot from somebody that I trust on there. So it's still a cool platform. It just wasn't working for us. We had to make at that time, and we had to make a quick decision. We needed to make money. I mean, this is what I do. So the fact that my income was taking a pretty big shot, I had to make a decision. Yeah, Rebus, I appreciate you being in here. I uninstalled Whatnot after y'all stopped selling on there. Oh my gosh. Just sold 2 Columbias to one person. Let's go, Barry D. Selling those Brolumbias. Will you come back? Love your show. Appreciate that, Dana. I'm not really sure. It's at this point, it's just me. Kim's back to work full time with a new job, so I'm just really focused on eBay and Poshmark, and it's been really good. We're having right now our best month of sales this year, and probably our best month of sales on eBay and Poshmark in a few years. So there's something to be said about being more narrowly focused. And yeah, I'm just focused. If I start messing around with, consignment and scheduling shows and finding, giveaways for the shows and hosting the shows and shipping for the shows, it takes a lot of energy away from this engine right now that is just cruising right along. I mean, eBay and Posh is crazy. This weekend we shipped 32 total orders. It's cruising. But if I take some energy away, in order to put energy into something else, you have to take that energy from something else, right? So to shift that energy will take some of the steam out of the success that we're having in eBay and Poshmark. And right now, that's the best thing for the business. So that's the challenge about being a solopreneur, right? I could make money selling on Whatnot and would enjoy doing that too, but it's just me. So you have to subtract in order to add. So right now, I don't have any short-term plans to get back onto Whatnot. I am paying attention to what's going on Whatnot. I'm watching sellers. I'm looking at their crowds. I'm looking at their sale prices. So I got my finger on the pulse and paying attention to it. But at this point in time, especially like in the middle of the summer's tough to get crowds, tough to get people to spend money on stuff. People are spending money on experiences, on vacations, travel, that sort of thing. So it's tough. Kids are out of school, people are out of town. So it's just challenging right now. So I don't have any short-term plans for it. Is there the potential for the fall? Yeah, I'd say there's potential, but right now that eBay and Poshmark are just cruising for me. So pour gas on what's working, and eBay and Poshmark are working. You have to do what's best for you personally and professionally. That's right. I have fun with the Whatnot. Don't get me wrong. It is fun. I enjoy doing business with my friends, selling to my friends. I enjoy interacting with you on the platform. I think it's a ton of fun. It's high energy. It's fast paced. It's cool. But in order to do that, I have to take a bunch of time and energy away from the thing that is crushing right now, which is eBay and Poshmark. I mean, like I said, best month of the year, best month so far in a couple of years on eBay and Poshmark. Now is not the time for me to take the foot off the gas. It's working, so keep going. Amazing how eBay has held up over the years. Yep. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I would make the same argument for Poshmark, although it hasn't been around as long. It is Poshmark's been really, really stable for us since we've been on there. I can't click on your link. Diane, if you're on Facebook, it's probably down below, or I forget. It's either down below or up above. You'll see a description of this video, the live video, and you'll see a link there. You won't be able to click on the screen, but you can type in chris@peak.com, just like it says there on the screen, and you can get to it. But there is a link up below, up above or down below. I forget where it is. It'll be in the description of the video. But thank you, Diane. I appreciate you popping in here and asking some questions, being curious and all that stuff. All right, y'all, I am going to pop off for the day. I appreciate everybody hanging out for a little bit, spending some time with me. Maybe you learned something today, or maybe you just had me on in the background and you actually got some work done. And I appreciate that too. Hope you have a great week. Hope sales keep rolling in for you, and hope you find some really cool stuff this week. And I'll catch you next Monday, if not sooner, but probably next Monday I'll catch you on. We'll ship the next weekend's orders. Appreciate y'all being here. It's been fun. Until next time, peace.